This is it. Okay, so everyone, I'd like to just read it to everyone.
Oh my god! Let him run around.
Manasta.
Book.
Book Chudanda.
We're gonna go to sleep now.
See the book?
Nice illustration. Very well done.
Here.
Do the sign one first.
I will. I just wanted to read
Oh,
the.
can you sign mine?
Sure. So, Fancy and Nancy, written by Sudhas Ramaswamy. Please turn to the dedication page.
2 minutes.
Everyone to the dedication.
Maybe turn off the more.
It's before the note from the author. It's the page before. I'll read it. This book is dedicated to my darling nephews, Samir and Manas, and to all the children whose love and innocence should pervade our universe and transform it into a wonder.
This book is dedicated to my darling nephews Samir and Manas and all the children of the world whose love and innocence should pervade our universe and transform it into a wonderland. I am eternally grateful to God for making this dream of publishing a children's book a reality. I am humbled by your blessings and presence in my life. I would like to thank my wonderful, loving, and supportive husband and soulmate Anand, who truly lives up to his name by adding happiness to my life. I would not be who I am today without the love, guidance, and strength of my incredible family. You continue to be my guiding lights and inspiration. I love you all. Thank you, Mom, Dad, Anu, Amrish, Samir, Madhu, Surya, Sampath, Deepthi, and Manas. Sudhas Ramaswamy.
This is the note to the reader. It is my hope that this modern-day version of a Nancy's life will amuse, inspire, and motivate children to become the best that they can be and learn to inculcate the 5 human values of truth, right action, peace, love, and nonviolence into their lives. Once upon a time, in a land far, far away, there lived a tricky, naughty spider named Anansi. Everyone in the village knew about Anansi's sneaky ways because almost everyone had a bad experience with him. One day, Python was wrapped around a tree branch, munching on a tasty green leaf when Anansi came by. Anansi knew it was Python's favorite tree and thought he would play a trick on Python. Monkey played on a nearby tree, and Anansi buzzed in his ear about the delicious bananas that were on Python's tree. "Oh, Monkey, you would love to eat all those bananas. They were made just for you. Just jump on the branch where Python is sitting and pull them down. Your lunch is waiting for you." "Bananas!" exclaimed Monkey as he hopped over to the tree. With one loud snap, the branch broke, and Monkey and Python went crashing to the ground. In a tangled mess, Monkey realized there were no bananas. He apologized to angry Python and looked up to see Anansi, who was celebrating his victory. On a hot Saturday afternoon, Snail inched through the forest carrying a heavy load of rocks on her back. All the animals were helping to build a community center. When Anansi saw Snail, a sly smile spread across his face. "Good afternoon, Snail," said Anansi. "You seem to be working mighty hard. Those rocks sure look heavy." "Hi, Anansi," replied Snail. "These rocks are very heavy. Everyone is helping, you know." "Oh, I'd love to help too. I have this small pile of rocks here, but I have a much bigger pile at home. If you could take my small pile, I'll go home and get the bigger pile," said Anansi. Snail agreed and added Anansi's load to hers. It was harder to walk, but Snail hummed a cheerful tune to lighten the load. When she unloaded all of the rocks, she looked up and saw Anansi lying on the hammock, swinging back and forth. "Anansi, when did you get here?" "Oh, I've been here for hours, just waiting for you," said Anansi with a tricky grin on his face. "What about the big pile of rocks you promised to bring?" "Oh, that. After you left with my small pile of rocks, well, I decided there were enough rocks." Snail was so mad she thought her shell might explode. One day Anansi was sitting on his web-like hammock, a web-like bed, pondering life. "My life is so sad," he thought. "No one comes to play with me. What can I do?" Anansi turned on his computer and logged onto the web, his favorite place to be. "Maybe I will find a friend on the internet," he thought. He introduced himself to another spider online. "Hi, my name is Anansi. What's yours?" "Hi, Anansi. My name is Monsi. It's a pleasure to meet you. Tell me a little about yourself," replied the spider. Anansi was sure he had found his spider mate and knew just what to say to impress Monsi. "Oh, Monsi, I'm a wonderful spider. Everyone who knows me loves me. I am handsome, kind. I love to help everyone. I am honest and hardworking. I can spin my web faster than any spider. I am rich and have the biggest web in the land. In fact, I'm known as Fancy Anansi." "Oh," said Monsi, "I would love to meet you. Where is your web? Can I come over today?" Anansi grew nervous and needed an idea quickly to get out of his web of lies. "Oh, Monsi," he started, "it will be very hard for you to find my web. I live in a faraway land called Ghana, and although I do have the biggest web in the land, you will never be able to find me." Thought Anansi. Perhaps Anansi is not telling the truth. I'll play a little trick on him myself. "Anansi, you're probably right. But maybe you can come to visit me sometime. I live in a small place called Mali, which is north of you." Anansi sighed with relief. She'll never find out about my lies. But Monsi was much smarter than Anansi. Monsi was no ordinary spider. She was the princess of Mali and the richest spider of the country. Monsi invited all of Anansi's friends to a party at her palace in Mali. Everyone in Anansi's village was excited and honored to be Princess Monsi's special guests. Turtle, python, monkey, snail, bluebird, owl all went to Monsi's party at the grand palace. Finally, Anansi arrived and Monsi stood with her sparkling crown on her head and exclaimed, "Welcome, Your Highness. We are honored to have you as our special guest. All of your friends are here to share their Anansi stories with me." When Anansi saw that Monsi was a rich princess, his black spider face turned red with embarrassment. One by one, all of the animals from the village told stories of Anansi's trickiness. Python began, "Anansi's so mean and tricky," hollered Monkey. Turtle added, "He's so sneaky and selfish." Snail said, "Anansi is so lazy and he makes us do all the work." "Anansi lives in a broken old web and never shares with anyone," chimed Bluebird. Owl hooted, Princess Monsey, Anansi is the greediest spider of all. Princess Monsey stood. Oh, really? This seems to be a different Anansi than the one I met. So not only are you tricky, sneaky, greedy, and lazy, you tell lies. Shame on you. Anansi felt so ashamed and hung his head. He apologized to Monsey, turtle, python, monkey, snail, bluebird, and owl. He promised to never lie again. He promised to stop being lazy. He promised to stop being sneaky. He promised to stop being tricky. Everyone accepted his apology and enjoyed a grand feast at Princess Molly's palace. Monsey's palace. Back in Ghana, Anansi changed his ways. He helped the animals in the forest. He did his share of the work and stopped playing mean tricks on his friends. And Anansi never told another lie. He finally understood the importance of teamwork and friendship and decided to weave these important values into his web of life. This is just a little bit about the author.
That Anand should read. Yeah, go ahead.
Sudha Ramaswamy has been an educator for the last 15 years and has worked with her children from kindergarten through 5th grade. She earned her master's degree in education with a specialization in leadership and mathematics. Sudha has a great love of poetry and literature and spent much of her time writing poetry and stories as well as teaching it to her students. Currently, she works as the 4th grade teacher in Jersey City. Sudha strives to follow the 5 human values of truth, right action, peace, love, and nonviolence, which was taught to her by her guru or teacher. Her vision is to teach this to all of her students and to make them responsible, caring, and thoughtful human beings. She aspires to make the world a better place by spreading love and kindness on all she meets. Sudha lives in Kendall Park, New Jersey, with her husband, Anand. Sudha was inspired to write Fancy Anansi by one of her 4th grade classes who read stories about Anansi. She, along with her whole class, wrote their own Anansi stories, which all had valuable morals. Bringing Fancy Anansi to life is a dream come true for Sudha. She hopes all the children who read it enjoy it and learn the values of teamwork and friendship.
My name's in a book.
Yeah,
Well,
everybody needs
you have to start writing a book too,
Yeah,
right?
right.
So when's the sequel coming out?
Very
When's
soon.
the movie coming out?